The text lit up my phone screen like a slap in the dark. "We're doing Christmas without you this year. Don't come." It was from Mom, timestamped 2:17 a.m., as if she'd wrestled with the words all night before hitting send. I stared at it in the dim glow of my apartment, the city hum outside my window a distant drone. My thumb hovered over the reply button, but instead I just nodded. To no one, to the empty room, as if accepting a verdict I'd half expected. The fury didn't hit right away. It simmered, a low boil in my chest, mixing with a sharp sting of humiliation. How do you respond to your own mother cutting you out of the family like a bad branch? Don't. You let it fester. I tossed the phone onto the coffee table, where it clattered against an empty wine glass from last night. The apartment smelled of stale takeout and regret. My life in stasis since the divorce. Sarah had left 6 months ago, taking half the furniture and all the warmth. But this was different. Mom's message wasn't just exclusion. It was erasure. I paced the creaky hardwood floor, the cold seeping through my socks, imagining the family home decked in lights, the tree groaning under ornaments I'd helped hang as a kid. Dad would be there, gruff but smiling, my sister Emily with her perfect husband and their toddler. And me, alone in this shoebox, nursing a beer while they toasted without a thought. By morning, the anger had curdled into something thicker. Resentment. I scrolled through old photos on my phone. Christmases past, all grins and garlands, searching for clues. Had I missed the signs? The last family gathering, Thanksgiving, had been tense. Mom's eyes darting away when I asked about Dad's health. Emily's forced laughter at my jokes. I chalked it up to my recent mess. The way divorce stains everything. But now doubt crept in like frost on the windowpane. What if it was more? What if they'd been planning this? I showered, the hot water pounding my skin, but it couldn't wash away the knot in my gut. Denial whispered, "Maybe it's a mistake. Typo. Joke." But no, Mom didn't joke like that. She was steel-wrapped in floral aprons, the kind of woman who organized church bake sales with military precision. I dressed in jeans and a sweater, grabbed my coat, and headed out into the biting December wind. The streets were alive with holiday shoppers, their bags rustling like secrets, laughter echoing off brick facades. I envied them their uncomplicated joys. At work, the office buzzed with pre-holiday chatter, but I buried myself in spreadsheets, numbers blurring as my mind replayed the text. Humiliation gnawed at me. What would I tell friends? Oh yeah, my family disinvited me. Pass the eggnog. By lunch I couldn't focus. I stepped out for air, phone in hand, and that's when I saw it. Emily's Instagram story. A sneak peek of the family setup. The tree, the stockings, wait, there were only 4. Mom, Dad, Emily, her husband. No fifth for me. And then the photos started flooding in, tagged in the family group chat I was still inexplicably part of. The first one. Mom beaming in the kitchen, flour-dusted apron, holding a tray of cookies. Innocent enough. But the next, a group shot around the dinner table. Dad at the head, looking healthier than I'd seen in years. Emily's kid on her lap, giggling. And there, in the background, half cut off but unmistakable, Sarah, my ex-wife, laughing, wine glass in hand, as if she belonged. My heart slammed against my ribs, a visceral punch that left me breathless on the sidewalk. Fury exploded, hot and blinding, drowning out the car horns and pedestrian chatter. Sarah. At my family's Christmas. The betrayal hit like a gut wound, raw, twisting. I zoomed in on the photo, her familiar smile mocking me. How? When? Questions fired like bullets in my brain. Had she been seeing them behind my back? Or worse, had they chosen her over me? I ducked into a coffee shop, the bell jingling cheerfully as I collapsed into a booth. The aroma of espresso grounded me, but my hands shook as I scrolled. More photos. Sarah helping decorate the tree, her arm linked with Emily's. Dad handing her a gift, his eyes soft. Mom's caption. Family traditions continue. Red heart, no mention of me. Heartbreak clawed up my throat, a sob I swallowed down with black coffee that burned my tongue. Obsession took root then, insidious and all-consuming. I replayed our marriage's end. The arguments, her accusations of my emotional distance, my workaholic ways. I'd thought we'd parted amicably. No kids, clean split. But this was collusion. Conspiracy. My family had sided with her, invited her into the fold while shoving me out. Resentment bloomed into fantasies. Storming the house, smashing the tree, screaming truths. But no, that was too crude. Too immediate. I needed something colder, more calculated. Back at the apartment that evening, I poured a whiskey, the amber liquid swirling like my thoughts. The room felt smaller, walls closing in with shadows from the single lamp. I dug through old emails, texts, anything for evidence. There it was, a message from Emily months ago, casual. Sarah stopped by for coffee. She's doing well. I'd brushed it off. Now it screamed betrayal. Guilt flickered, had I driven them away? My absences, my temper. But no, that didn't justify this. They were my blood. Sarah was the outsider. I called Emily. It rang 4 times before she picked up, her voice bright but edged. Hey bro. What's up? What's up? Seriously. My tone was sharper than intended. Suppressed rage leaking out. I saw the photos. Sarah's there. A pause, the faint sound of holiday music in the background. Oh, yeah, Mom invited her. She's been going through stuff. We thought it might be nice. Nice. For who? You disinvite me and bring in my ex. Heartbreak laced my words, but anger dominated. Look, it's complicated. Mom said you needed space after everything. And Sarah? She's family too, in a way. Family. I laughed, bitter and hollow. She's the one who left me. Or did you forget? Emily sighed, the sound heavy with unspoken words. We didn't forget. But you've been so distant, angry all the time. Mom thought it'd be best this year. The line went dead in my ear. No, I'd hung up. Humiliation burned hotter. Distant. I'd called weekly, visited when I could. Ways. All of it. I paced again, the floorboards groaning under my weight. Inner conflict raged. Part of me wanted to beg forgiveness, crawl back. But the colder part, the resolve hardening like ice, whispered revenge. Not violence, no, that wasn't me. Something subtler. Something that would make them feel this exclusion, this erasure. That night sleep evaded me. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling cracks, planning. What did they value? Tradition. Image. The perfect family facade. I'd shatter it from within. Doubt crept in, was I the villain here? Moral conflict twisted my gut. Revenge felt justified but obsessive. Still, the fantasies evolved. Exposing secrets, turning tables. By dawn, a plan formed, quiet and strategic. I'd attend anyway. Not burst in subtler. Arrive unannounced. Bearing gifts laced with truth. But first, more digging. I hacked into Sarah's old email. Password unchanged, sloppy. Messages from Mom. Come over any time, dear. He's not here. From Emily. We miss you more than him sometimes. Heartbreak deepened, resentment fueling obsession. They pitied her, blamed me. Fine. I'd give them something to pity. Christmas Eve arrived. Snow flurrying outside like confetti for the damned. I packed a bag. Gifts, a bottle of wine spiked with nothing but intent, and drove the 2 hours to the family home. The highway blurred, wipers thumping rhythmically, mirroring my pulse. Fear mingled with resolve. What if they turned me away at the door? But no, I'd play the prodigal son, mask the rage. The house loomed, lights twinkling warmly. Smoke curling from the chimney. Parked down the street, watching. Cars in the driveway. Emily's SUV, Sarah's sedan. My chest tightened. I approached on foot, boots crunching snow, breath fogging the air. Peering through the window, the scene unfolded like a twisted holiday card. Laughter, clinking glasses, Sarah in my old spot by the fire. I knocked. The door opened to Mom's shocked face, flower on her cheek. Alex. What are you? Merry Christmas, Mom. I forced a smile, holding up the gifts. Thought I'd surprise you. She hesitated, eyes flickering with guilt. I told you not to come. But I'm family, right? My voice was even, but inside fury roared. She stepped aside reluctantly. Inside, the warmth hit me. Cinnamon and pine, the trees glow casting long shadows. Emily froze mid-laugh, Sarah's eyes widening. Dad grunted from his chair, avoiding my gaze. Alex, Emily said, voice tight. This is unexpected. Yeah, well, surprises are the best part of the holidays. I handed out gifts, watching their discomfort. Suspense built in the air, thick as eggnog. They exchanged glances, secrets unspoken. Dinner was torture. Small talk strained, forks scraping plates like nails on chalkboard. Sarah sat across from me, her perfume a ghost of our past. How've you been? She asked, tentative. Peachy, I replied, smile brittle. Especially seeing you here. Cozy. Mom cleared her throat. Let's not dredge up old things. Why not? Seems like you've all moved on just fine. Resentment seeped through, but I reined it in. Slow burn. Let them squirm. Later by the fire I cornered Dad. Why, really? I whispered. He sighed, whiskey breath warm. Your mother thought. After the divorce you were volatile. Sarah told us things. Things. Heartbreak surged. Lies. Not lies. Just perspectives. His eyes held regret, but not enough. Obsession peaked. They'd believed her over me. Fame. Revenge would be revelation. That night, as they slept, I slipped into the study. Old files, photos, evidence. A letter from Sarah to Mom. He's changed. Angry. I fear for him. Manipulation pure. My plan crystallized. Expose it all. But doubt hit, guilt at invading privacy. Was I stooping lower? Morning brought Christmas cheer, forced and fragile. Gifts unwrapped, paper rustling. Mine to them, innocuous. Theirs to me none. The final cut. As they posed for photos, I smiled for the camera, cold resolve settling. Smile, I said. This one's for the memories. The drive back was a blur of snow-slick roads and seething thoughts. The photos I'd snapped discreetly, Sarah with my family, their guilty faces, burned in my pocket like contraband. Humiliation had evolved into a cold, obsessive fire. They'd chosen her, believed her tales of my volatility. Sarah, the victim. Please. I'd seen the emails now. Her painting me as the monster to win their sympathy. Heartbreak twisted into resentment, then resolve. Revenge wouldn't be loud. It'd be a whisper that echoed. Back in the apartment, the silence was oppressive, broken only by the fridge's hum. I poured another whiskey, the glass cool against my palm, and booted up my laptop. Social media, their precious facade. Emily's Instagram, Mom's Facebook. Bastions of perfect family life. I'd post the truth there subtly. Comment here, a tag there. But no too petty. I needed impact, poetic justice. Inner conflict raged as I paced. Was this obsession consuming me? Guilt flickered, family bonds frayed but real. But betrayals sting one out. They'd excluded me, embraced my ex-moral grayness loomed. Revenge felt right, but at what cost? I started small. An anonymous email to Emily's husband, hinting at Sarah's closeness with the family. Subtle, planting doubt. He was the jealous type. I'd seen it at gatherings. Then to Dad's work colleagues. Old photos of Sarah at family events, captioned innocently. Great times with the in-laws. Let rumors swirl. Days blurred into a haze of planning. Work suffered. I called in sick, staring at screens, weaving a web. Fear crept in. What if they traced it back? But resolve hardened. I hacked Sarah's socials. Easy, her passwords lazy as ever. Posted a status from her account. Loving my new family. Who needs the old one? Deleted it quick, but not before screenshots circulated in mutual circles. The first crack showed New Year's Eve. Emily texted. What the hell, Alex? Sarah's post. Feigned innocence. What post? Haven't talked to her. It's gone now, but it mentioned our family. Weird. Suspicion in her voice. Suspense building. I smiled in the dark, obsession feeding on it. Then the deeper dig. In Mom's old emails, buried. A confession from years ago. Dad's affair, brief but real. Mom had forgiven, but Emily didn't know. Perfect. I anonymized it, sent to Emily. Ask Mom about 2012. Truth hurts. Her call came frantic. Alex, did you send that email? What email? My voice steady, pulse racing. About Dad. An affair. Is it true? Ask them. I hung up, guilt twisting like a knife. Was this too far? Destroying family for my pain. But the ball rolled. Arguments erupted. I overheard via planted bug in a forgotten gift audio streaming to my phone. Mom's voice tearful. It was years ago. Why dredge it? Emily. Because someone knows. And Sarah. Why is she here if Alex isn't? Sarah's defense. I didn't ask for this. Your mom invited me. Dad's gruff interruption. Enough. This is tearing us apart. Poetic. My exclusion had been the start. Now there's unraveled. Suspense peaked mid-January. Sarah called, voice shaky. Alex, stop this. The posts, the rumors. It's you, isn't it? Me. I'm just living my life. Suppressed rage simmered. How's the family? They're falling apart. Emily's fighting with everyone. Your mom's crying constantly. Good. The word slipped cold. Silence. You monster. No, Sarah. You started this. Painting me as the bad guy. I was hurt. You were distant. Justification for betrayal. Heartbreak resurfaced. Layered with triumph. She hung up. Obsession waned, replaced by doubt. Had I gone too far? Moral conflict stormed. Revenge's thrill soured by guilt. The twist came unexpectedly. A knock at my door, Dad, weathered face etched with regret. Snow melted on his boots, pooling on the mat. Son. His voice broke. We need to talk. He sat, hands clasped. Your mother's idea, excluding you. But I went along. Cowardly. Why? Raw emotion choked me. Sarah. She told us you hit her. Once. We believed her. Shock jolted me. What? I never. I know now. She admitted it was a lie. Exaggerated anger to. I don't know, punish you. Fury reignited but aimed anew. Sarah's manipulation deeper than I'd guessed. But the affair. Probe. His eyes dropped. True. Long ago. But your emails. They force truth out. Emily's hurt, but we're talking. Healing maybe. Guilt crash. My revenge had unearthed old wounds, but also mending. I'd stood. Come home, Alex. We miss you. I nodded, conflicted. Revenge delivered justice, but at a price. My obsession nearly consumed me. Weeks later, photos surfaced again. Family reunited, tentative smiles. Sarah absent, exposed. The twist. In purging her lie, I'd reclaimed my place. But the cold resolve lingered, a shadow. Betrayal scars deep. Revenge deeper still. In the end, the holidays taught me. Families fracture, but vengeance rebuilds in unexpected ways. Or destroys. I nodded at the screen, echoing that first night. Acceptance, laced with caution.